Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and we're here again with Insurance Talk with Priest Insurance Agency. But today we're going to do a little different show with Shay. Shay's the office manager, and you can't see it, but Dan's dancing around the floor out there. But she did a big task a couple weeks ago, and that's what I want to commend you on and say congratulations.
Thank you.
She ran the New York Marathon. What do you have to do to get ready for that? Or how long have you been, let's say, how long have you been training for it?
So in addition to running, I also do triathlons. So I initially was training for a half Ironman that I did in October, and then 3 weeks later ran the New York Marathon. So a lot of training went into the triathlon, which then prepared me for the marathon. As far as what I did for this specific marathon, it was just, my mindset was just go have fun. It didn't matter what the time was, it didn't matter what my performance was like, it was just go have fun and take it all in.
Is that what a lot of people do it for? I mean, I know there's competitors out there, but is it just a major accomplishment to be able to finish it?
It is. So with any marathon, it's a huge accomplishment to be able to finish it. But with this specific marathon, it's the largest marathon in the world. So there are 50,000 runners, 11,000 volunteers, sharing 1,400 porta potties. So that was fun. I remember one of the tips was bring your own toilet paper, and I found out why this year that you always need to bring.
Is this your first time to run it?
The New York one, it is,
yeah.
yes. But it was the most incredible experience. You know, you were never alone. So you start with these 50,000 runners, but the streets were lined with millions of spectators. And so you're never alone. There's always someone cheering for you. You were never able to enter a dark mental place thinking I want to quit or I don't want to do this, or why did I sign up for this?
Because the spectators kept you
yes,
going.
it was phenomenal. They kept you going, they kept you pumped up, they just would not let you do anything but be excited.
Really?
Yes.
How long did you go up there before the day of the event? Were you up there for a couple days or a week?
Yep, we went up there 3 days prior to. It gives you a little bit of time. They have a big expo where you go pick up your packet and get your number and do all the shopping. So they have tons and tons of, New York gear for you to buy to remember, hey, I ran the New York Marathon and spend all the money. And we were able to play a little bit, went to a couple of Broadway shows and things like that before.
Something else happened up there, didn't it?
I got engaged.
So Team Bolivar wants to congratulate her on that.
Thank you.
The biggest thing is, I saw your picture on one of your social media posts, and I called Dan and I said, man, she ran the New York Marathon? He said, yeah, she's coming back in a day or so. I thought, man, that's great to be able to do something like that. And I'm not going to run it, but I've heard from other people that it's crazy up there, the number of people that are in it and involved with it.
Right. So I knew that there were 50,000 runners, right? I knew that going in that I was going to be running with a lot of people. What I did not expect, because I've run many different races from 5Ks to half marathons, triathlons, I have never seen spectating the way I saw it there. And it wasn't just family members. So you're going through 5 different boroughs in New York, and anywhere from Staten Island to Harlem to Manhattan, people were out celebrating this amazing thing that's going on through their town, and they were willing to hand out water or pickle juice or just have amazing signs, encouraging you to keep going. Yeah.
What do you have to do to be able to run in the New York Marathon?
So they have a lottery, and that's fortunately how I was able to get in. Every year I would keep entering the lottery, and after the 6th consecutive year, I was finally able to be accepted. There are a lot of people that will run for charities, so you can pick a charity and ask to be accepted, and then you raise money in order to,
for that charity.
Right. And then of course the fast people, which doesn't include me, they can get in based on their time.
So everyone starts at the same time, or do they start in in legs?
It's staggered. So early in the morning, if I'm not mistaken, at 8:15, you have those with special needs. You know, maybe they only have one leg or wheelchairs or blind. They start first. And then you have the elite runners that typically start around 9 o'clock. I didn't start until 11:30 because it's so staggered and there are so many runners that my wave, that they call it, didn't start until 11:30.
So there's people running from 8:15 in the morning. When do they finally shut the course down, or the last person cross the line?
You know, I don't know the last person what time they crossed, but of course the earlier they start,
The earlier
they're
gonna
finished,
cross.
right? I personally took 5.5 hours from the 11:30 mark.
Do they have a monitor on you?
So when you run, you have a bib with your number, and it has a tracking device on it. And so every so often, there's a little deal set up on the street, and as you pass it, it clicks. And so there's a tracker that your friends and family can track you. And so at that point, it says, okay, she just crossed this mark. She just crossed this mark.
Great, great. Well, for myself and Team Bolivar, and I know everyone, congratulations.
Thank
'Cause
you.
just being able to finish a marathon is a major task. You know, we have the Bolivar Live Triathlon down here, and watching some of those guys, we started at 7, and like 2.5, 3 hours later, now they only run 6 miles, but they swim, they ride their bike, and they're done in like 2.5, 3 hours. And I'm
Right.
like, holy cow, you know. And
Right.
so on the New York Marathon, what's the fast guys, what do they usually finish at that
I
in?
think some of them were finishing like in 2 or 2.5 hours. It blew my mind. Ashton Kutcher finished, I think, in 3 hours and 54 minutes. So there were
Really?
several celebrities out there too. Tiki Barber was actually
Mm-hmm.
in my wave, and I beat him, so I'm pretty proud of that. So it's cool that celebrities and
Everyone gets
everyone,
involved.
it doesn't matter,
And people from all over the world.
all over the world. You know, so we went to dinner and we sat with a couple from France, and they were there and had completed the marathon. So and you meet so many different people from absolutely everywhere.
All there for the same reason.
All there for the same reason.
How long after you're done, how long does it take you to get back to where you feel normal again? Because it's got to take a lot out of your body.
So fortunately for me, I didn't experience any kind of pain or anything like that. I think there were things that contributed to me not feeling terrible. The training that I put into the triathlon, but also taking time to rest.
Mm-hmm.
That was one big thing, making sure that I wasn't on my feet all day the day before, or mentally being prepared. You know, it is hard on your body, but I went in not pushing myself.
Right.
I put a book in, listened to a book, and I just went at whatever pace I was comfortable with, not worrying about time. And I think that helped because I just didn't push myself too much.
Great, great. Were you going to do another one up there?
If I could do the New York Marathon every weekend, I would do it every weekend.
Really? What about the Boston Marathon?
I want to do it. I'm not fast. Dan is fast. Dan qualified for Boston. I am not fast, but I would love to get in with a charity that means something to me, to where I would be willing to raise money for it and be able to say, I ran for this charity, I made a difference.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Shay's also the office manager at Priest Insurance, and so if you're calling in to get a second opinion on your policy, or you're looking for a new policy, make sure you give them a call and ask for Shay and congratulate her. Any date set for the wedding yet?
March 18th.
Cool.
Yep.
We're going to head on out. Shay, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. Priest Insurance Agency has been located in the heart of Lumberton, Texas since 2001, providing a consultative approach and educating customers on how their insurance works for them throughout the coastal region of Texas. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal region of Texas, covering home, auto, business, and recreational insurance. With ties to the coastal communities, Dan Priest has had the sand between his toes since 1972, with a home on Bolivar Peninsula in Galveston County. He survived a storm named Ike, but lost his home. With insurance coverage, his family was able to rebuild following the 2008 storm and continues to make memories beachfront. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal communities, family dwellings, investment property, and business insurance. They've been there. Whether you're looking for or have a family retreat along the Texas coast, investment property, or a business, Priest Insurance would be honored to work with you and your family to make sure you're covered anytime trouble arises. For more information on Priest Insurance and their contact information, please visit their website at www.priestinsuranceenagency.com, or their office is open for phone calls with questions and consultation Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. by calling 409-755-7600. Priest Insurance Agency, working and educating customers, making sure they understand and have the coverage they deserve.